Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 11 of In the Know with Mr. O. Don't really have a main topic to discuss today, but kind of wanted to just wax a little bit about how it is to be in the profession of education, whether you're a leader in the classroom or a leader in administration, right? Things can often seem daunting. The days are tiring. You're giving of yourself a lot to a lot of other people in the building, depending on the size, right? Even small buildings, you're giving a lot. You've invested yourself emotionally, you've invested yourself mentally, and I know that it could be a slog sometimes, but you have to always remember the two goals, especially, obviously if you're an administrator, but even if you're an educator as well. And you have to provide safety and you have to provide opportunity. Okay, so you have to do a job of keeping kids safe, and you have to do a job of providing opportunity for students, right? Like that's why we're in the game, right? It's about the human connection. And I think, when you're in elementary school and intermediate school, I think that kind of vibrancy, because the kids still want to learn, is there, and you can kind of get that folded off. But as you start to get into secondary, you become content experts, and sometimes you can get so focused on that. I know I did myself, where you kind of lose that kind of joyful insight of going to school and being a part of school. So just remember, you're there to provide safety and opportunity for kids, opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow, right? As I've always said in these past episodes, do that student inventory. Find out what kids like, learn about it, resonate with them, make your class the most vibrant and robust and positive place that you can be. And it's tough. We all have our own things going on. We all have our own personal issues going on. And that can kind of bring us down. But if we know that we are going to a job where the focus is on others, and we have planned and prepared for that job, what other better job is there out there to be able to help other people that could eventually help ourselves? I know there's been a lot of experiences where I've learned lessons through giving lessons to others, and it's made me remember of things that I've had going on in my personal life. So just, you rely on your resources as an educator and an administrator, right? Take that break, okay? Go away on the weekend. Do something to help rejuvenate yourself so that you could be there for those that count on you, because that's what really matters, right? You have to have a little self-care and a little self-love in order to be able to provide that safety and opportunity for kids. In my previous role as a district safety director, safety's become so paramount in schools that we have to kind of start looking and realizing what we need to do to kind of keep everybody safe, students and staff alike, right? So follow those protocols, get inventive and creative with things, and continue to ask questions about what could be done better and how we can improve on things. And remember, for the opportunity standpoint, provide opportunity for kids. If you're a teacher in a class, maybe that opportunity is just a different way to solve a problem, a different way to give a presentation. If you're an administrator, it's about, if a kid asks you about going to a conference or performing something, it's about looking for avenues that work and best fit. I remember I had a student who wanted to go to a technical center potentially from one grade to the next where they would be allowed to, and they wanted to do interior design. So what I did was, one of my neighbors was an architect, and I found that there was a summer camp program where she could go and learn about architecture, but also aspects of interior design. And then she kind of realized, okay, I don't need to go to this technical center for that. I could end up going to a college that specializes that and focus on my English degree, where then maybe I could write about stuff in architecture and interior design and write for a magazine. So you have to always be able to think outside the box with providing that opportunity. And you guys know I'm always here. My contact information is everywhere for you to be able to reach out to me and have a conversation, whether it's through email, through this YouTube channel, or anywhere of the like. But just remember, your main job as an educator is to provide safety and opportunity, and more so, especially if you become an administrator and a leader, whether it's in the building or in central administration, right? We want a vibrant and robust experience to happen for these kids, and that'll in turn happen for you when you know that you're unlocking the potential of the future right then and right now for those kids that are coming up, and they'll never forget it. And I still see kids in the street and stuff all the time that tell me, hey, Mr. O, how's things going? How's everything been? Thank you so much for this or for that. And that's a fulfilling experience. So as always, thank you for tuning in to another episode of In the Know with Mr. O, and don't be afraid to reach out. And remember, safety and opportunity. Peace.